So this is a beginner's guide to astrocartography. Look at the word first of all. Astro, star, planet. Cartography, the making of maps. So this is about star maps, but it's not star maps as in looking at the heavens and making figures or constellations. It's about the reverse of that, projecting the planetary orbits onto the surface of the planet Earth. Astrocartography is a way of looking through the lenses of the planets onto the surface of the planet Earth, and using this as a way to determine either really positive or really challenging locations. When I deal with clients and I'm using astrocartography, I say to them that you can tell from the astrocartography where the best places and the worst places are in the world for the individual to live in terms of domestic bliss, to work successfully, or to have the best relationships, and the opposite, of course. Some people, a few clients, say to me each year, well, where's the best place for me to go for my birthday? And they often, rather than let me choose, they give me a list and say which one's the best. Because where they are at the moment that the Earth has been around the Sun a set number of times, at the moment of their solar return, their birthday, is often, it's a good place, time to be in a good place. And I'm not going to get too much into too difficult details. I'm just going to stick with the basics so as to make it easy to understand. So I'm not going to talk about the planets. I'm just going to use the sun and moon as an example. It's actually common sense, and I'm sure that most of you will feel this at the gut level when I say it, that at the moment of sunrise, there's always a nice feeling going around. The gut instinct, intuition, it feels good when we see the sun rising on the horizon. The moment of sunrise is always an auspicious time. It's always a good time to start something new at the moment of sunrise. So when the sun is rising on the horizon, it is on the ascendant. It is sun rising. The ascendant is the rising degree, so the sun is rising on the ascendant at the moment of sunrise. Now when you project this onto a map of the Earth's surface, it comes across as a sine wave from normally from pole to pole, but in a kind of looping curve over the surface of the Earth. So it can be sunrise at the tip of South America and then over the whole of the Atlantic Ocean, and then rising, it can also be sunrise to the north of Norway. It can equally be sunrise over the tip of South Africa and up the eastern African coast, through Pakistan and Afghanistan, over the western Himalayas and into mainland China. Equally, it can be sunrise over the tip of New Zealand, over the southern tip of New Zealand, through Polynesia, over Hawaii, and then up over into northern Alaska. It is a sine wave curve. So where the sun is rising at the moment of your birth is always going to be a good place to go, because it's going to make you feel good. It's going to give you that extra 2 or 3%. It's going to make the relationship you have with yourself much more fulfilled. Similarly, where the sun was setting at the moment of your birth, which is also a sine wave, is going to show where you actually get on better with other people, because the sun will be on the descendant, the cusp of the 7th house. And this is about one-to-one relationships. So the best relationships will always be pursued either in terms of meeting people or going to a particular place with your partner for a honeymoon or a nice holiday. The 7th, that where the sun is setting, is a great place for relationships. The same works with the moon. Where the moon was rising and the moon was setting when you were born, it's also great places to go, both for yourself and for relationships, because but that's more to do with a feel-good factor, making you feel emotionally and internally content with situations. Where the sun was on the midheaven when you were born, the midheaven is the start of the 10th house. It's normally the midday point or around midday. Where the sun was directly overhead at the moment of your birth, at its highest point, the middle of the heavens, the midheaven, is a great place to go for work. Anywhere where the sun's on the midheaven is where your public image, status, profile is going to be literally sky high. And it's a great place to be seen, to be visible, and it gives you that extra 5 to 10% when it comes to choosing the best places for work. Occasionally, rarely, you find the best place in the sky where the sun was rising and the moon was on the midheaven, and there you got the best place in the world. You can extrapolate this onto the planets. For example, you never go somewhere where Saturn is rising. But if you go where Saturn's on the midheaven, you're going to be guaranteed success. You won't be popular, but you'll be successful. If you go where Jupiter is rising, you'll have a lot of fun, but probably bite off more than you can chew. If you go where Venus or Mars is rising or setting, it's going to be great for particular aspects of romance and relationships. Astrocartography has been around since the computer revolution, I think the first astrocartography program was written around about 95, 96. I've been putting it in horoscopes since 2002, 2003, and it's now such a staple of my astrological diet that for all clients, apart from brief readings, any client who has a reading of an hour or more, I can't fail not to use astrocartography. It's becoming more and more important and more relevant as we get into the 21st century, and it's going to become a really valid tool for the future. So at some stage in your life, whether it be with me or anyone else, get your astro mapping done and find the best places in the world. It works. God knows how it works. I can't prove scientifically how it works, but I've got a lot of statistics and a lot of very happy clients who say it works. Catch you later, world. Bye.